Hello and welcome to this Ninjago adventure for the Legoland Windsor Brick or Treat event for the 2022 season. Now this runs from the 1st to the end of October. We're going to start in the Ninjago section where we are now, going to have a look around all the different models and look for anything to do with Halloween related. Then we're going to cross over and go down to the adventure section as well. So we're going to do both sections of this park back to back. Now the weather was absolutely perfect on the day that I went, but remember this is supposed to be for their brick or treat event. In the comments below, let me know how this land compares to your local Legoland with regards to Halloween theming and anything else that is different. Now the front of this is completely different to Billund, which is again different to Germany. Also it's different to the parks that are in America and also Dubai as well. All of them do have the big 4D ride, but some of them also then will have multiple walls, shall I say, with regards to the speed and reaction. So they've got multiple speed and reaction walls. Florida has loads of them. Billund has a good few of them as well. And obviously Billund's front, if you could just compare this to Billund, has a much wider entrance, and it also has Lloyd's Laser Maze, but it does not have the ride that is also located within this section. But yet Billund still have the same ride, but it is actually pirate themed. So depending on what park you go to, the rides will be the same or slightly different, but they will also have different theming as well. Now, like all of the parks, they will have a Ninjago shop, so they sort of basically funnel you through the exit, and the exit takes you through a Ninjago shop. So this is mainly pretty much all of it full of Ninjago Lego. There might be one or two different bits and pieces, like for example those bricks. The good thing about this is that if you are a massive Ninjago fan and you do want to get some of these sets, what you can do is you can get them here, and then you can then pay now and collect later. So you can either collect it from here, or they might take it up to the top. Now, even if you go into the park and you want to buy some Lego straight away, what you can do is that they will then put it behind, but they don't actually put it behind the till. They will put it into a different storage bit where you do not then have to re-queue up at the end of the day to collect your boxes. You can walk by the exit, somebody will be there, you can give them the ticket, and then they will go and get it for you. So you will save a huge amount of time. If you're thinking of getting something, do it during the day, doing it at the start of the day, like for example that massive Ninjago garden set. Don't wait right to the end of the day, because then you'll have to queue up for a huge amount of time, and then the shop will be very, very busy, because today, when this was filmed, the rides and everything shut at 4, and then the shop shut at 5. So that final hour, every single person that was left in the park would then head their way over to the shop, and then obviously you would then just have to grab everything from there. But you've got to remember that this little shop and the Heart Lake City shop will also close at 4. It is only the big shop that is left up at the top that will close at 5 o'clock, and I do believe that is basically the same formula for all the other Legolands dotted around as well. But like I said at the start, let me know how the Halloween theming compares to the different sections of the park that we're going to be having a look at with regards to the Ninjago right now. Then again, like I said, we're going to have a quick loop and a look around the adventure section. I was quite surprised actually, because obviously we are now in October, so you don't expect the water rides to be open. I know I am here on a Thursday, so obviously it's massively off peak, so I would imagine it will be back open again when the half terms and everything kick off. But I was quite surprised to see that in the adventure section, the actual main ride that's there, which is their laser shooter, was completely locked up. But then also the bit to the right hand side was also shut, along with all the games consoles and everything as well. So the whole thing was basically padlocked shut. You'll see what I mean when we walk over. But that is the big rock climbing wall. Again, compare that to Billund. Billund has a massive one of those, and then off from that they have Lloyd's Laser Maze. We don't. We have the spinning ship, which is this thing just here, which also Billund do, and I do believe they have just added this ride into New York as well. So if you can let me know what theming they have used for the new ride in New York, that'd be absolutely amazing. It is on my bucket list of things to do and compare, because I want to try and get as much knowledge as possible between all the different Lego parks, just to see what the differences are really, and trying to make it as helpful as possible. But like I said, there are multiple playlists available. This playlist is the Legoland Windsor 2022, so if you wanted a more detailed look at all of these lands, where we're not just running around past all the rides and everything else like that, there is much more detailed videos available that I filmed at the start of the season. So the videos are a lot longer, they're slightly shorter, and then we can have a look at all the rides working and everything like that. But we are now walking in to the what I call the adventure section, but it is Kingdom of the Pharaohs. This is basically the old school adventure section slash kind of copying the Indiana Jones bits and pieces as well. Now, if you are excited about any of the Indiana Jones sets that are potentially going to be coming out next year, again, let me know in the comments below. Now, we will go past this Nomad, I do believe it's called, and then we have the Desert Chasers. I think that is the horse racing ride. Yep, Desert Chase, close enough. And always comes to this bit. Now, this big hot air balloon I actually do have in a Lego set. I've said that every single time that I come down here, but I always check this out because if you time it right, you can hear the train going by. But there, like I said, there are multiple sets available, and they were available to get back in the mid-90s, and you can still pick them up now. So let's move on and move round. We have plenty of things to look at, but the ice cream obviously not open. But all of this, I was quite surprised that everything was closed. So you got sort of 3 different entrances into that bit, but they were all padlocked up, and then you just had one pay to play that was open, and then your iced coffee and everything was closed as well. Now, again, I do say this in a lot of the videos, you do have to take this with a pinch of salt, because obviously I am here off peak, because it is a Thursday. It is open 10 till 4. I would imagine that it will be open fully at the weekend, and again for the half term as well, unless they are doing some refurb work. But I would have thought they'd have done that out of the season, because all the water rides are closed, obviously because of the UK weather. It's just not exactly the warmest thing to be going on, and I would imagine other parks potentially might have the same sort of idea. Now, I know it was definitely shut last year for the Halloweens, and I think the year before it was closed for the Christmas as well. But if you can ever remember going on these rides, or better yet, if you can get on these rides over the half term in October, let everybody else know in the comments below. Just keep everybody informed with what's open, what's closed, what day you went, and what it was like with regards to the opening times and everything like that. Because this is filmed just before the half term, so this was actually filmed on the 6th, I think, of September, I do believe. So it's been the Thursday. Now we're going to have a quick look at these models and then basically head back to the start again. So I'm going to say it one more time, how does this compare to your Brick or Treat theming? Do you have this section in your park? Now, I would love to have seen this in Germany, because they have an amazing layout in Germany for the sort of this land, and it's done very, very well, and they've got lots of different rides and everything in there. So it's on my bucket list to get to when it starts off next year, but it's just the cost of the flights to get over to Germany from the UK at the moment are absolutely madness. They've gone up massively. But guys, I am starting to run out of time, so if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that would be absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you think after the feedback, comments below with regards to what you think of the theming and everything. But I will say it again, this is not a stop and look at all the rides. This was very much a case of, is there anything new that they've added in since the start of this season, and also how much has it changed for the Brick or Treat event. But guys, that is it. I am done. So as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da.